Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about butters that you can add to your cold processed soap. Let's just get right into it. Hope you guys are having a great day, by the way. We're going to start with one of the most versatile and yet difficult butters to work with, which is cocoa butter. Hope you guys can see that. Cocoa butter. I'll link everything down below, of course, so you can have it. But cocoa butter, I say, sorry about that, guys. I say is very versatile but hard to work with because it's a very hard butter. And what I've learned in working with cocoa butter is that if you are not using enough soft oils, sorry about that, enough soft oils to combat it, you will harden your batter so quickly you'll probably shed a tear, because this happened to me. I was making a very large batch of soap, and I believe it was like 4 ounces of my total weight in cocoa butter, and before I knew it, it wasn't even pudding. I probably had like rice pudding. That's how thick it was. I couldn't pour it. I couldn't do anything. And I had to quickly rebatch, and it worked out, but let me see. I'm going to see if I can find one of those soaps. Hold on one moment. It was this one, guys. If you can see it. If you can see all right here, it came out all grainy. It's not aesthetically pleasing, but it's still a decent bar soap. I was making the mermaid soaps, and I decided to add cocoa butter to it and some bentonite clay, and this is what I ended up with. So my daughter loves it, so as it cures, she's going to enjoy it. So just be careful with coconut butter. It's very, very tough to work with if you're not batching the right size, so look out for that. The next one we have is the Lanolin. You guys can see that? It's pretty much used with cocoa butter to combat cocoa butter's toughness. So as the cocoa butter will harden, the lanolin will create like a soft glycerin to it and coat it and make your soap soft, not softer in pressure, but softer on your batter, so you have time to work with it. We also have mango butter. I've been using this a lot. I have to stock up on more because I make my my lotions and my body butters with this. It's refined mango butter, which is it's lighter and better to work with than the cocoa butter. It's still a hard butter, but you have more time to work with it, in other words. So mango butter. And then, of course, I purchased 2 different shea butters. I have my white refined shea butter, and then I have the unrefined, which is like the creamy beige, or sometimes it comes in yellow. If it's the pure, it comes in yellow, and then I have the white one. I finished the yellow one, so I don't have that. The shea butter is hard, that is true, but it doesn't compare to the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is really so difficult to work with, for me at least, that I add, like, maybe I'll show you. Literally, I'll add a pebble to it because it's so hard to work with. So, at least for me. And I think what I've learned is the cocoa butter with the coconut oil and the palm oil with the olive oil creates a quick trace. So we'll get into that later. This right here, I lost the label for it, but this is Stearic Acid. It helps to harden the soap, and you can use it at, I believe, 1 tablespoon per pound, I believe. But I will leave more details below. I hardly use Stearic Acid. I used it once and I did not like it. So these believe it or not, flakes are more for my butters, my body butters, my lotions, and they're good for container candles to retain the fragrance. I use that. And then we have our waxes. Now, waxes you use very sparingly. You do not put a lot of waxes in your soap, or else your soap will get hard fast. This is candela wax. I use the candela wax mostly for, don't mind that. I use the candela wax mostly for my deodorants that I make, but you can incorporate it in your soaps. If you're using a recipe that has a lot of soft oils, you can use waxes to kind of harden it. And then I have the, oh no, it's leaking. I have to get another bag. It's leaking. But you can see it in my hand. The white pebbles. I'll lay it down so I can stop leaking. The white pebbles of beeswax, and then the organic 100% pure unrefined beeswax, which is yellow. The difference between the waxes, right? Give me one moment while I grab a bag. The differences, I kind of wrapped that up so you guys could see the label still. The differences between the waxes, of course, is the color. If you're making a more natural hued soap, it wouldn't even matter if you use the yellow, pure, unrefined beeswax, or if you use the more white, you can see it here, the white pebbles. I'll bring it closer so you can see it right here. But if you're making a more white soap, you want to use everything white. You want to use the refined shea butter, the white pebbles, the refined shea butter, the refined beeswax, the refined mango butter, the refined cocoa butter, because this will create a whiter base. I'm sorry, I'm all out of the frame. It will create a whiter base, which will allow your soaps to be naturally a lighter hue. And I believe that is it for the butters and waxes, guys. That was fast. I'll be back with additives, exfoliants, and more. Talk to you guys soon. Later.